What's going on, guys? So, who is Tom House? Why is he working with Jalen Hurts? Stay tuned, guys. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, Division Rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel. The sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Hey, real quick, guys, if you're new to the channel, if I can just ask you to do me a huge favor. If you enjoy the content, at the end of the video, if you can just hit that subscribe button, man, it would help out a lot. I'd love to add you to the community. And last but not least, my OG subscribers, if you want to help me out, guys, hit that thumbs up button, smash that like button. That's how we get the algorithm to recognize us, know we're here, and push this out to other people. Hey, man, some news broke from old Nick Sirianni. Led us into a little nugget. Jalen Hurts is working with a quarterback coach out in Southern California. A lot of you guys hit me up through DMs and you were asking, like, hey, Steve, is this Jordan Palmer? Is he working with Jordan Palmer? That'd be cool. I don't know, guys. I don't think it's Jordan Palmer. That's not what I heard reported. But, officially, I don't think anything's been given to us yet. But from what I understand is that he's actually working with another guy. He's actually working with Tom House. And Tom House is a former MLB pitcher, Major League Baseball pitcher. He was a relief pitcher back in, I want to say the late 60s and 70s, guys, somewhere in that era. And after his pitching career ended, he got involved in, basically tracking and monitoring, pitchers across MLB and trying to figure out ways of synchronizing and figuring out what guys did similarly, what they did differently, all that kind of stuff. And basically, in an attempt to organize all this data, he started bringing in quarterbacks. So he had guys from the 80s like Montana and guys like that coming in and actually participating in this study and this research. But believe it or not, he didn't get involved into the quarterback training game until Drew Brees. Drew Brees brought him into it. Because the Chargers coaching staff, back when they were in San Diego, they actually asked Tom House if he would do them a favor and actually work with Drew Brees. And that's one of the biggest success stories that you hear out there is how Tom House turned around Drew Brees' career. And that's really where he got his start. And post Drew Brees, the next big guy that he's worked with, guys, is Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the next big figure, the next big name that you're going to hear about with Tom House and his clients. Now, I will tell you, Tom House is very unique in the way that he works with quarterbacks. He's into this holistic approach stuff, and I don't mean we're against Western medicine type stuff. I'm just talking about a whole body approach. He views things from a whole body approach to the quarterback position. Meaning, yes, he cares about your mechanics. Yes, he cares about getting you to understand coverage and playing in rhythm with an offense, right, on time, working on your timing. But he also really cares about your mental health as a quarterback, and he also cares about your sleep and nutrition, right, recovery, the things you can do to recover as an athlete. And he sees these things as being all intertwined and connected. And as a result of that, take a wild guess who he worked with last year, guys. If you guessed Carson Wentz, you're right. He worked with Carson Wentz last year. This is one of these guys that you kind of send a guy to if they're in a funk, to try to pull him out of a funk, right? But he's also done some crazy things. I mean, look at Tom Brady and the way that he treats recovery and nutrition. I'm pretty sure that while maybe Tom House didn't set up the diet plan or anything, guys, I'm pretty sure Tom House played a role in emphasizing just how important that side of football is to Tom Brady. And then from a throwing mechanics standpoint and recovery. Because remember, Drew Brees had a shoulder injury. Man, he really brought Drew Brees along a long, long way, guys. So, 3D QB is the name of his organization. And from what I understand is that's what Jalen Hurts is doing down in Southern California. He's down there working with 3D QB and Tom House. It's interesting, guys, because I can tell you my cliff notes real quick of what I would like to see happen here. He's got to get better hitting his rhythm step. Simply put, man, Jalen Hurts, there's something up with the rhythm step, right? So there's two ways that you can read the field as a quarterback, right? Or you can go through and you can complete a play. The first way is progression reading, which a lot of young quarterbacks do, and most quarterbacks do to an extent. You're going to find it in every quarterback, even guys like Tom Brady. Progression is what it sounds like, right? You got 1, 2, 3 progressions, but it's very mechanical. Even though the plays are very scripted, it's also very mechanical what the quarterback should do. So you hit your rhythm step. At the time you hit your rhythm step, you should be on to your first read and making an executive decision if the ball's going there, right? If it ain't there, you hitch or you gather step, and you move to your second read. If that's not there, that's when you have to reset your feet and go to your third read, guys, okay?
Hurts looking left, lofting left, going for the
To me, that was the biggest issue, was getting to the rhythm step, trusting what he saw, and getting the ball out. Something was off between these young wide receivers who we know for a fact that Nick Sirianni and guys called them out for not being at the right depth and not running their routes correctly, right? Taking extra steps, rounding stuff off. Messes your quarterback up, guys. I know you're going to say, like, yeah, Gate, of course you're going to say that. You're a former quarterback coach and a former quarterback. You know you're going to take the quarterback side. Yeah, but I also like to coach wide receivers and stuff too, guys. That's what's got to get better with Jalen Hurts, man. He's got to be the leader in that room, and you know what? Put the ball there and make sure dudes know when they're in the wrong. I think that has to get better with Jalen, man, and that's what I want to see Tom House work with him on. And then from there, you get this thing that's called Kinematic. It's Kinematic, and it's funny, guys, but it's Kinematic sequencing. So Kinematic sequencing is kind of this strange term that we use in the quarterback community. If you go look it up, I'll tell you where you can find it. Just look up Greg Maddux, Drew Brees, Tom House, Kinematic sequencing. If you look up those 4 search terms, I promise you'll get numerous articles about what I'm telling you. So kinematic sequencing is really about the way you throw a football. And it's this idea that quarterbacks throw from the ground up, right? So you have to build a quarterback from the ground up. Starts with their legs, to their hips, to their shoulders, to their arm, to the whole sequence of the action taking place, right? The completion of it. And not to, funny twist of words since, completion, incomplete, you get what I'm saying. With that said, guys, that's the approach here. And I think he's going to definitely dig down deep and trying to get him to play on time with the offense, right? There's a difference between being on schedule. On schedule means not just abandoning the play and leaving the pocket, especially like when you're dealing with pressure packages, right? It's this concept and this idea of like, okay, you got a rush coming at you, replace one of these defenders with the football. There should be an outlet, know where your outlet is, get the ball there. That's playing on schedule. But when we talk about playing on time or in a rhythm, now we're talking a little differently, right? We're talking a little bit more about your fundamentals and your mechanics of throwing the ball. And that's where I think like the whole idea of getting to your rhythm step is square one's got to get better. And then I think number 2 will be they're going to work with him on that entire kinematic sequencing, right? So best example I can give you guys is passes over 20 yards. Jalen Hurts is a little late getting those hips through, and he's a little late on the release. That's an issue of kinematic sequencing. That's an issue from the ground up. He's got to get better throwing the football and passes over 20 yards. And the crazy thing is he throws a nice spiral and he throws an easy catchable ball. That's not the problem at all. He's got a great touch on passes over 20 yards. But that sequence is just off with him. And that's got to get improved. So that's what I think's going on, guys. That's my opinion here. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all's time and attention. Don't forget on your way out, guys, hit that thumbs up button. And then also, if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed the content, hey, guys, give me that subscription if you will, guys. I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here, guys.